The whole life is a gigantic dungeon, like the one of Fear and Hunger. It's full of crossroads, of people that want to violate, whatever. There are multiple roads that lead to the end, but in different ways. There are moments in which your whole life may depend on it, such as... Are you a boy or a girl? So, I don't know if you realized it, but the game actually starts even before actually starting to play. The intro is the most important moment, because you are able to basically condition the whole way you're gonna play through the dungeon. So I think it deserves a better look at it. I'm gonna talk about all possible scenarios with all the characters and then my possibly best choices in my opinion. So, let's start from the mercenary. In the first choice, you can either get in this order steal, lockpicking, or 30 silver coins. In the second option you can get escape plan or 30 silver coins. In the third choice you can get wine, whiskey and ale, 3 dried meat, moldy bread and cheese, or blue vial, chocolate fragment, or the skill dash. In my personal opinion, the mercenary is the one that, if you abuse the intro, is able to get some of the most broken skills, especially if you're a newbie and you're scared of the enemies. So I suggest you to start by taking lockpicking, that way you have access to the first level of the Hexen of Kahara already completed, so you're able to get either Engard or Steal next. And also in that way you will be able to open the early game doors inside of the dungeon. After that I suggest you to take Escape Plan, because Escape Plan basically increases your chances to escape against all enemies. And then in the last one I suggest you should take Dash. Dash is probably the most important thing between all characters. Everyone needs Dash basically, because it increases your speed in the overworld, and that's something so valuable that you cannot even imagine. Also, it's not like the contenders are any good. Some coins, psh, do you know about the Pinecone Pig? Whatever, let's go to the next character, so, the Knight. Let's go through her choices. So, in the first one you can get either the skill Fast Attack or the skill Defense Stance. In the second one, you can get nothing, but this will allow you to get dash skill in the last set of choices, but stay with me. Or you can get 20 silver coins. In the third one, you can get either leg guards, longsword and eagle Christ shield, or iron spear, iron cuirass and arm guards. And in the end, in the fourth one, you can get 17 box, quill and blue vial, or 3 dried meat, moldy bread, cheese, or the skill dash if you, in the second choice of options, chose the first one. In my opinion, the best choices are Fast Attack in the first choice, and I know you may say Defense Stance protects you against limb losses, but trust me, follow me. In the second choice, take the one that gives you nothing immediately, but lets you take Dash as the last one. In the third one, take Iron Spear, Iron Cuirass and Arm Guards, and that's why we took Fast Attack, because Arm Guards is gonna protect your arms from limb losses, and the majority, not all of them, but the majority of the enemies only cut off your arms. Now we move on to the Chad, the Dark Priest. So, in the first choice, you are either gonna get the skill Necromancy, or you're gonna get Mastery over Insects, and a new choice, exclusive if you take this one in this moment of the intro. In this new choice of options, you can get Pyromancy Trick, or you can get Alchemilla and Dash later in the fourth selection. After that, we have Maximum Affinity with a God of Our Desire. And in the end, we have a choice in which we can get a Soul Stone, or Opium and Pipe, or Blue Vial and Chuckle Fragment, or, if we selected the option I said before, Dash. Enki is pretty debatable, because sometimes I think starting with Necromancy may be good, but I think in the end it's better to start with Mastery and the new option, then Dash later and Alchemilla, then Max Affinity with God of the Depths, and then Dash. I think I don't need to explain anything except for maybe the God of the Depths. Basically, you can gain affinity with the God of the Depths, the maximum affinity, only if you kill Enki. I'm not gonna elaborate on it because I have already another video. The other gods can easily be obtained. And then we go to the man, the myth, the worst character of the first game, the Outlander. So, in the first choice you can either get a short bow and 5 arrows, or axe and wooden buckler. In the second option, you have access to the skill Devour or the skill Bloodlust. In the third option, you have access to a particular thing. Basically, in the first option, you're gonna have a coin flip. If you fail it, you get Penphobia and a Soulstone. If you hit it correctly, you just get a Soulstone. Or if you select the other option, you're gonna get later Dash. And in the last choice, you're gonna be able to get either 3 Iron Arrow and a Bird Trap, dried meat, moldy bread and 3 carrots, 4 blue herb, wine vial and chocolate fragments, or Dash if you selected the one I said prior. Also remember, it doesn't matter what you choose, Ragnavaldr is always gonna start with Warcry as a skill. But let's go to a suggestion to be the least bad possible, I guess. So, in the first one, take Shortbow and 5 arrows. In the second one, take Devour, as Bloodlust is completely useless. In the third one, of course, take Dash later. And in the fourth one, as I said, always take Dash. Also, I think I should mention something. If you skip the intro, then all the characters are gonna have a pre-made equipment and skill set, alright? And there is a peculiarity in this. While most of them have useless stuff... I'm looking at you, Ragnavaldr. Anki starts with Necromancy and Needleworm, which is a God of the Depth spell. This is the only way to start as Anki with this skill, but it's not worth it because you don't have dash, so forget that. And then there is Darcy, which is able to start with both Fast Attack and Defense Stance. It's potentially not useful, but I wanted to mention it regardless. And so, now it's your moment, guys. Are you a boy or a girl?